The name of this exercise is Body, Heart, Mind. You can use this exercise at any time that the mind feels uncontrollable or unmanageable. The exercise is very simple, and what we will be doing is just walking through 3 different levels of experience. And these entail the level of the body, and then we will make our way to the level of the heart, and then finally make our way to the level of the mind. We will do this 2 times. The first time will be for the purpose of observation. And the second time we walk through the process will be for the purpose of setting an intention, or another word for that, creation. So notice the difference between these 2 different passes and how they feel to you. To get started, at any time you want to begin, you can be sitting, you can be standing, you can really be anywhere. And the exercise begins with just a good, deep breath. This deep breath is nothing special. It's just a long in-breath in through the nose, and then a hold for a moment at the top, and then a nice drawn out breath, taking your time with that out breath out through the mouth. So it looks something like this. And then pausing at the end of that out breath. Even though this is a simple thing to do, it is also usually the most effective way to interrupt the mind and to bring yourself back to a sense of peace and calm and allow you to drop down further into the body. So after you take your deep in-breath, and you can do that more than once if you would like, when you're ready to begin, we will start with the level of the body. And this first stage really is just continuing to allow ourselves to breathe. And what you will be doing here is just noticing that you're breathing. You're not trying to manipulate the breath at all at this point. You're not trying to change it. You're just noticing that you're breathing. And really noticing within your body where you are breathing. Noticing whether you feel your breath up in the head, in the nasal passages, the nose, the throat. Maybe you feel it in the chest. That's where you feel yourself breathing. Or maybe you feel it further down towards the stomach. What we want to do is to begin to allow our breath to start to drop down closer to the belly button area. And the way we will do this is just bring our sensation down from the chest and head and neck, down further, closer to the belly area. And as you bring your sensation to this area, just under the belly button really, you can notice the rise and fall of your belly as you breathe in and as you breathe out. However slight the motion may be, whatever you're sensing in your belly is going to allow you to have a more comfortable and relaxed rhythm and pace of breathing. And this is our first step, just allowing yourself to breathe in and out from the area of your belly. As you begin to get comfortable with this way of breathing and noticing that it begins to feel more natural and it feels like you are ready to move to the next step, we will continue with our awareness on our body by performing just a very basic body scan. And what that means is that we will start at the top of our head and really notice what it feels like to be in our body. So you start with your awareness at the top of the head, and slowly make your way down from the head and the muscles, in the neck, in the face, the sensation of your own skin, the feeling that you have within your muscles, the shoulders. If there's any tension, you're just noticing that and bringing your awareness there. So if you have tension in the shoulders or the neck, you're just noticing this. You're noticing what it feels like in your arms, in your hands, even in your individual fingers. And then back to the torso, back to allowing yourself to feel what it's like to continue breathing, feeling your body in your torso area, taking note of any sensations you're having there, and continuing to bring your sensation all the way down to your legs and finally your feet and your toes. After you've done this, you can come back to noticing your breathing in the belly area. And from this point, we will move on to our second step, which is noticing the heart. At this point, you can bring your awareness up to the heart region of the chest. And what we are going to do here is we're just going to notice any sensations we're having in this heart area, especially as they pertain to our emotions. We're specifically just noticing any emotions that we are having in this heart region of our body. As you do this, continue to let yourself breathe in and out of the belly. Continue to stay aware of your breathing. And also just notice any emotions as they show up in this heart area. Without trying to change them, you're really just noticing what these emotions feel like. The mind may try to get involved and create a story around them, or try and distract you or take you away. But without letting the mind get involved and label them or tell you what they're about, we're really just going to let ourselves feel these emotions as they are occurring in the body. Notice them as they begin to shift, and maybe they change form or they change shape. Maybe you notice that they have a shape within your body. And just continue to notice what they do. When you feel like you have really taken inventory of all the different emotions as you are feeling them and as you are experiencing them, and they are not changing and shifting as rapidly as they were at first, then we will move up to our next level. As you continue to let yourself breathe in and out of the belly, go ahead and bring your awareness up to your mind. And just like with our first two levels, we're really just going to notice what we're observing in the mind. You're just going to notice any thoughts you're having, any ideas, any stories. Could be any thoughts at all. Thoughts about the future, thoughts about the past, thoughts about comfort or discomfort, whatever that would be. What you're going to do as you observe these thoughts is that you are just going to notice them without getting involved. You're going to let them show up, and then you're going to notice as they change form or as they take on a different story or they become another thought. You're just noticing what the thoughts are. One way to help you do this and become a better observer is to imagine that your mind is like a stage that you might see a play performed on. And you, as the observer, are the audience member. And all you are doing is just noticing these thoughts appear on the stage. You could also use a movie screen. You can notice the thoughts, the images, the ideas, whatever they are, just showing up on the movie screen. And at this point, again, you're not trying to change any of them. You're really just noticing them. As you begin to notice that the thoughts are not changing with the same amount of rapidness, and they have decreased in their intensity and their rate of fluctuation, and you notice that the same thoughts have begun repeating themselves and there are no new thoughts happening, we can now move on to the second round. And what we will do this time is start again at the level of the body and make our way up again. With this round, we're going to come back to placing our awareness in the area around our belly, noticing what it feels like to breathe there, noticing what it's like to just breathe with a little more peace and a little more calm. At this point, we will begin creating our intentions. This could come in the form of an I am statement, or it could come in the form of any affirmation or anything that you know that you most need to hear or be aware of in this moment. This could be a statement that you have planned out ahead of time, or it could be a statement that feels the most important to you right now in the moment. Some examples are the I am statements. I am here. I am here now. I am safe. I am loved. I am okay. Any of these will be effective as you bring the statements to this level of awareness, right around your belly area again, saying the statements and being aware of these statements as if they are emanating or rising up within your body from the belly. As you say these statements, you can let them move up in your awareness into the heart and let yourself feel the truth of these statements in your heart area. As you begin to feel the truth of these statements, imagine that the heart is actually lighting up, and this light is shining into the mind. In this way, you're allowing the light of the truth of these statements to make its way up and become a light in your mind. And just notice how that feels. Allow yourself to make the statements and hear the statements that you are most in need of right now. Allow yourself to feel them in the heart area. And allow yourself to imagine the lighting up experience and what that feels like to shine that truth into your mind. As you do this, you can continue for as long as you would like. You can repeat the process over again if you would like. It is up to you to decide when you feel better, when you feel more centered, and when you feel more grounded. And that completes the exercise.